Oh, I love how I got a notification right as I started my video, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So I am ready to chat on this Wednesday. So Wednesdays are sort of like that day of the week where you're either like still chugging uphill or you're already racing to the weekend. And for me, I guess I'm just racing all the time. But last night I was thinking about this topic, and I was just like, I need to talk about this. Now, to be honest, like I'm PMSing right now, so it's sort of like a social experiment anyways. But you know, it's Wednesday, it's Weird Wednesday. They're either weird, you're either slowly coming up to Wednesday or racing through it. And I thought, well, why not have a weird topic? And why not, you know, narrow the target audience a little bit. So it's not narrowing it by much, but we're going to talk about women today. Now, men, if you happen to be on this live, give me a thumbs up, first of all, because that's pretty cool. And if you're watching the recording, please do the same. So, about women. Actually, I'm going to see right now if I can invite a couple people. Yeah. Like that. And like that. If you've been invited, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. I'm so sorry. I'm pausing. There we go. There we go. You guys, if you've been invited, you're at the top of my list. You might wonder why you were just at the top of my list. I don't know why. You're just lucky. You're lucky. I thought I would see a couple more people at the top of my list. I'll stop there. Okay. Moving on. Now I don't know how to get back. There we are. Okay. Hey, Sarah, how are you today? Glad I got back so that I could see that you're here. Hey, Trisha, how are you? So I am talking Weird Wednesday topic of how to lose 5 pounds with PMS. And I wanted to hit a weird topic on Wednesday. Why the heck not, right? And I was feeling a little weird anyways. I am also, hey Trisha, and hey Carly. So I guess you guys are hearing me okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. We're gonna just sort of consider this a social experiment. Hey Megan. So PMS. Let's talk about this PMS thing. We all know what it is, right? Premenstrual syndrome. I used to be a biology teacher, so forgive me if I use words that are like, come on, Jody. Nobody uses those words in real conversations, but yeah, I'm the dork who does. So premenstrual syndrome. If you are a woman of childbearing years, you know what this is. And even if you are not childbearing anymore, you've heard tips from other women, usually older women, of how to get through PMS, right? We read magazine articles, we see movies about it that make fun of it and or depict it in some horrifying light. There was, oh my gosh, I love the Aunt Flo commercials. Have you guys seen those? If you haven't seen them, you need to go Google them. They are funny. And if you have little girls, and you just need to laugh one day, go watch those because they'll make you feel better. Hey Jenna. So we have PMS. We all know what the symptoms are, right? So you guys drop the letter P in the comments if you experience any of these, or add your own. Bloating, cramps, bloating from water retention, right? Mood swings and grumpiness. Like, we are the queen of grump when we have PMS, right? So if you have those, just drop a P in the comments. If you're watching the recording, please. Social experiment. Let's just see how many letters we can put in comments. So, you know, we have those, and it's just, it is natural. It is our body being controlled by 2 overgrown, or maybe 1, depending on your case, 2 overgrown kidney-shaped organs, ovaries, that are spouting off hormones that are preparing for the gloriousness of conceiving a child, right? So, and they're just doing their job. They have nothing against you, just doing their job. But we all have those symptoms. And we all know that, well, I'm going to hazard a guess that almost all of us treat those symptoms in a very similar way. We eat something, right? So now drop an M in the comments if you eat salty stuff when you have these symptoms. If you eat sweet things when you have these symptoms. Or my favorite is when you eat everything and the most nonsensical thing in sight, right? Like, I swear, hey Doug, so I swear when you are PMSing, that is the only time that you will go into the pantry and find what's in the back of it and be like, this looks so good. And I'm not kidding. I'm talking about like the chocolate bark that you use to drizzle over things. That's what you think is so good when you are PMSing. Or the cookie, like the little sprinkles. What do we call them? Like jimmies. Some people from parts of the states call them jimmies or ice cream sprinkles. All of a sudden, those are good. Like, and you're just in the pantry, shaking them in, trying to overcome these feelings, the mood swings, the grumpiness, the bloating, and the cramps. You eat everything. All right, so I see a couple of M's in the comments, right? So I'm not alone in this. I don't do it anymore. But, you know, cereal boxes where you have the little wrapper in it and some of the cereal falls out of the wrapper and into the box and now it's sort of stale. All of a sudden that cereal is delicious and you just go eat it because you now somewhere in your brain you feel like you are doing yourself a cleaning favor by eating those stale Cheerios that are now in the bottom of the box. Hey Tracy. So we've agreed, right? Most of us have PMS symptoms. Most of us now eat in response to those symptoms. And you know, it's something that we all sort of do. And because people or media or our grandmothers, whomever, said that this is how you're supposed to treat it. And I want to throw some other silly fixes out there. So now drop an S in the comments if you have heard these or partaken in some of these to fix your PMS symptoms. So watch a sappy movie and eat a whole half gallon of ice cream. How many movies have we seen where they tell you to do that, right? Or take a bath. I'm not gonna take a bath. I just don't feel like it. I'm sorry, I don't like to clean my bathtub. Eat chocolate, right? How many times do you get, and then the guys throw that at us too because they think that's the fix. It's like, here, have some chocolate. Do you want to stop and go get some chocolate? That bark is in the pantry. Go get that, right? So we get these, I was talking to my daughter who now can talk about these things with me, and she's like, yeah, or go run. And I'm like, okay, well, that could sort of work, but if you've never run, that is not a great suggestion. Or create art, which I will say, that's a nice one. Okay, so S is also, we've heard these things. I think for the most part, that first go-to reaction is to eat. Eat sweet, eat salty, or eat everything. And let me tell you, so that's just, it's a trained behavior. Every time we do this once a month, because we do it, most of us do it once a month, we train ourselves and we've been reinforced by movies and by magazines and by our grandmas and our moms who want to help us deal with this. We've been reinforced that we eat and that it's okay to eat. Oh, well, you know, you're just PMSing. It's okay to eat. But then we get done and we put on 5 pounds. Okay. There's a difference between treating yourself and defeating yourself. If you go give in to that excuse 1 week out of every month and you eat your whole house down and you gain 5 pounds, now some of it's going to be water weight and it's going to go away, but the next week you have to combat that 5 pounds. Yes, you're going to drop 2 or 3 pounds right away from water retention. But the other stuff, you just set yourself back. So let's think about that. 1 week a month, you are putting it on because you've been trained to do that. And then the other week a month, you are now trying desperately to get it off because you want to get back to where you were. So that's most months. That's half of the month. You've just wasted half of your month if you have goals to change yourself, to be healthier, to run faster, to lift more weights, to lose weight. Whatever your goal is, you've just wasted that. You have wasted it. I realize I have a light here and it's doing nothing because there's window light right here. So just think about that. Is it really worth wasting that 2 weeks? And let's talk about how to lose those 5 pounds is not to put them on in the first place, right? And really do something like create art, be creative, go do something. Tell yourself, I am feeling grumpy and this is hormonal and I'm going to read. Or I'm feeling sad and it's hormonal and that's okay. I don't have to go eat the stale Cheerios in the bottom of the box. I can change it. And the more you do that, the more you are able to see yourself doing that. The more you are retraining yourself to be in a different habit. I just heard from a speaker last week that you have to replace a bad habit with a good habit 300 times before it sticks. So if we go through this, let's say you're PMSing 5 days a month. That will take you 6 months to replace this habit. What is that, 5 times, 30 times? And 60 months. So this is a 5-year process. This is gonna be tough. So you can do it, but we've over time practiced this bad habit so much that it's so much ingrained in us that we kept with it. So how to lose 5 pounds of PMS is replace this unhealthy habit of eating when we are PMSing. And I am offering myself up, since I am PMSing, to report this week when I have these feelings and how I'm going to treat them. And full up admit when I eat them, eat those feelings, instead of doing something else. If you guys have suggestions for something else you can do in the comments, great. Something else, have a person to lean on. Have someone to talk to. That's what accountability groups are for, right? Is leaning on other people. It's totally worth it to just talk through it and be like, oh yeah, those nachos look good today and they look good. I know they look good. I know that was a hormonal thing. So instead I bought a magazine. So, think about it. Think about these ways that you are going to recognize what's going on and change what's going on. But you can do it. You can not gain 5 pounds on PMS. It is done. I feel like maybe I should weigh myself and post it, and then next week I will weigh and post it. I will prove the point. In fact, I will do that right after this. I'll put it in the comments. Hey, Crystal. So I'm wrapping up. If you guys happen to watch this recording or share it with someone else, let them know to leave their comments as well, their P, their M, and their S in the comments. And then any other suggestions for these silly fixes or things they eat, I would love to read them, and I'll be commenting too. But you guys, I will talk to you later. Have a wacky Wednesday. Enjoy yourself. Hey, Elise. So Elise, I'm getting off, but it was good to see you, and I will chat with you guys later.